may end up over there in the junkyard.
All right.
Okay, and how to define the waste, and
some of the still usable parts of the waste.
Right. The definition is very,
it's a very hot topic, I would imagine.
Yeah, and not very clear.
Not very clear.
Not very clear. And this also applies to the tablet, to the computer, to the monitors, and everything.
Of course. And you mentioned that a lot of discussion has been focused on e-waste, electronic waste this year. Now, of course, we'll talk about that in the next part of the program. But given the fact that you spend a lot of time emphasizing e-waste, and Taiwan is considered one of the leading electronic manufacturers in the world.
Right.
What are some of the things or lessons that we can learn from other participating countries on this issue of e-waste, please?
Yes. In this time, I think I was kind of admire all the participants there. They were working so diligently during the meeting, of course. And I still remember that one meeting they had it until 7 o'clock in the afternoon, and still people still gathering their discussion, discussing how to formulate the regulations and the treaties.
Yes.
And after that, the subcommittee, they went out and joined together and had a further discussion until 11:20 at night.
All right.
After they finished all the...
It's very late.
Right. After they finished them, there was no public transportation, no buses,
You go back to the hotel.
Right.
Okay.
People have to walk back to their hotel.
Good.
Yeah.
Let me ask you that throughout this, 10-day or 11-day conference, that there were moments of relaxation as well. I want to specifically address the opening of the joint exhibition on May 8th, 2015, at which time the director of the Regional Center for Central America and Mexico, Mr. Miguel Arujo, who apparently performed guitar and also sang at the opening, ceremony. Can you tell us a little bit about this very interesting opening on the May 8th, please?
Yes, that is during the science fairs in the Basel Convention. They have a site, exhibition for the science fair, joined together by many regional Basel Convention regional centers.
Okay.
And Mr. Miguel Arujo,
yes,
he has been in Taiwan many times, and I know him quite well.
Good.
And he's also a good friend of mine. He had a speech there during that fair
opening,
openings, and before he started his speech, he just sat down and got a guitar and playing the songs, and he had a very good voice and singing techniques and everything.
Very entertaining.
Right, exactly. And after that, he went on and talked about, how in Central America they're getting together the technologies to develop the environmentally sound management for the electronic waste.
Okay. And what are some of the other issues that might have come up in the different regional center meetings? You mentioned about the opening on May 8th, and there was apparently another one a little later. Can you also share with us what were some of the topics discussed?
Yes, I think during those side events, the second one, Dr. Wu just mentioned, refers to a joint side events by 4 regional centers from Central America, South America, Asia, and Europe. And they were joined together. And during those 2, events, there were people there asking, like the facilities, if you want to, if even you have the good technologies, how you can ensure that these things being handled properly. Like for instance, in the Central America, like the Miguel Arujo's case, that they had a pretty good battery recycling facilities that they can almost recycle 98% of them.
Well, that's not bad. Yes.
Right. No, that's
pretty impressive, actually. Yes.
Yeah. And, the second question that the people were asking was that how they can, expand their capacities to, have, because for any technologies, for any business to reach a profitable stage, you have to have a scale of economy.
Of course.
Trying to join together with many people, over the world.
All right.
And also, I remember quite well that in one of the events that one officer from the United Nations, he was asking the China, the Asia regional directors, he was asking them, what happened if you're trying to treat the waste and it come out that the process or the products is not profitable.
Okay.
Because always economic consideration is, one of the most important issues.
Okay.
To be sustainable, you have to make sure that this business is profitable. Otherwise,
nobody's going to get involved.
Right. So there was quite a lot of, discussion there. The European people, they throw in their ideas, and also we contribute, to the discussion what we have done here
in Taiwan.
And that was quite, highly appraised.
Okay. And Dr. Hong, we know that you, as the representative at the conference meetings this year, that there are ways still for Taiwan to be more active, to be more internationally visible, by participation in places like the Basel Convention conferences. So what would be your suggestion based on the observation that you gathered this year, 2015, also the last time back in 2013? What are some of the ways that we can be more visible, more involved in Basel Convention?
Yeah, that's a great comment. Actually, it's not a question to me. I think it's a good suggestion. To me, like for any international conference like this, not only we have to participate it, but we have to join them together. Not, in the past, I think what we have been doing in the past is just go in and join them and try to collect the data, collect information. I think we have to take the opportunity to present ourselves. And especially for what we have done, great here in Taiwan, we have to make it world-long.
Okay. And given the fact that, when we talk about, for example, management of waste, and then there's bound to be some resistance from the industries, maybe even from consumers, the end users. Then how can we, based on your experiences from the conference this year, how can we try to convince the industry people and also the regular consumers to be part of this process and make the government effort in terms of managing the waste a lot more effective?
I think there's one thing that we have done quite well here in Taiwan is we call it extended producer's responsibility.
Good.
We have asked all the producers to be responsible to the end life of their products, not at the point when they sell their products. Okay, they are supposed to have the responsibility even they sold out their products. They have to have the responsibility for the
entire life cycle.
The entire life cycle. How to recycle them and how to reuse them and how to recover all the material from their products. And that has been done quite well here in Taiwan.
So maybe this issue will be one of the many issues that we can offer to other people at the the next convention.
Yeah, exactly. And even this time in the convention, I was asked by, other people to share our experience.
Good. We need to take another break on our program. We'll be right back. Welcome back to today's program here on Taiwan Outlook. I'm your host, Wu Ruiguo. We will continue our conversation with Dr. Harvey Hong, who's currently an advisor of the Environmental Protection Administration of the Executive Yuan of the Republic of China. Dr. Hong, we were talking about the fact that you were not only at the 2015 Basel Convention, but you were also there 2 years ago when the last convention was here, was held in 2013. Let me ask you, what were some of the major or crucial resolutions reached in the 2013 convention? And also, how has it, been implemented? What has it been able to accomplish, since 2013 to now? Please.
2013. That was the first year when they had all these 3 conventions joined together.
Okay.
Yeah, so that 2 years ago was the first year for this, they call it Super Cup.
Oh, Super Cup. Okay.
Super Cup.
All right.
Yeah. And during that time, because it's such a big event, so we decided to join those 3 our friends, countries, that to have a side event, and also to share our great experience for the e-waste management with other countries.
And the 3 countries that you have in mind is Burkina Faso, Guatemala, and Gambia.
Right, correct.
And what was the side event about in the 2013 convention?
Because in the past, we have many friends coming from, all over the world to Taiwan and to learn from us how we are managing our e-waste and how can we manage it so effectively and efficiently. So that time, since we're going over there for this big event, we decided that we would, take these opportunities to share the experience with other countries as well. And, interesting enough is that after that meeting, I went on, a year later, I went on to join the OECD meeting in Paris. And I met some, representatives from other countries, and they still remember our, speech in the Basel Convention. Yeah, right.
All right. So it's something that people remember us by. And can you tell us that, upon the side event, what were some of the, reaction from countries and, places who have come to the event and saw the exhibition, saw the, the entirety of the efforts of the EPA in Taiwan, and what was their reaction? What was their response? Were they saying that, hey, Dr. Hong, we would like to come to Taiwan and learn more from you?
Yeah, actually, that's a fact. This year,
in 2015,
we had a side event with the Kingdom of Swaziland.
Oh, Swaziland.
And when we met together, the representative from the Kingdom of Swaziland came to me and say, "Hey, Dr. Hong, I'm glad to see you here." And then I realized that he came over here last year, to join in my lecture for our